Introduction. In the early 1990s, I was attending the University of Florida, working as a repossession man for 2 companies and volunteering as a Young Life leader. My area director at Young Life suggested that instead of being a repo man, I should consider being on student staff with Young Life. He said all I needed to do was raise $5,000. Once I did, I could get paid $500 per month, which meant that I could quit my job as a repo man. So I gave it a try. I sent out 10 letters to the parents of my friends from home and waited by the mailbox. After 2 weeks, only $100 had come in, and I was convinced I was going to have to spend the rest of my college career repossessing things from people. I went back to my Young Life staff person and I told him that clearly God had not called me into ministry. I was convinced that fundraising wasn't for me and I wasn't good at it. Fundamentally, I'd approached fundraising entirely wrong. Instead of pursuing people relationally to raise money, I sent them letters in the mail. Why is it that the ministry I was a part of with high school students was all about building relationships, yet I approached fundraising highly transactionally? How did Jesus accomplish his ministry? He accomplished his ministry in community. He chose 12 people to transform the world. Fundraising, as you will learn in this book, is best done in community with other people that God has called you to do fundraising with. You think what you need is money, but what you really need are partners to walk alongside of you, and together you can change the world. I understand that this is a paradigm shift for many who are listening to this book. I assure you that it was a paradigm shift for me. Fundraising done as a transaction is not fun and not easy to pull off. Each transaction relies on the next transaction to be better or more effective, when in fact, if you seek the relationship with your donor, they will become your partners, making fundraising a joy. The good news is that my Young Life staff person said, I just heard about a new fundraising training program that Young Life is starting to use. It's called Taking Donors Seriously, TDS. Why don't you come with me to the upcoming training? Taking Donors Seriously turned out to be a principle-based fundraising program developed by an organization called the Focus Group. They had licensed the program to Young Life, and after a successful beta test in the Pacific Northwest, Young Life had begun rolling out the training to areas across the country. I still have my notes from that original training, from long before a Taking Donors Seriously manual was ever developed. When I got home from the training, I implemented what I heard and quickly raised the $5,000. Later, when the founder of the focus group was ready to retire, I was able to purchase the focus group and the rights to Taking Donors Seriously, and ultimately become the person who is responsible for stewarding these excellent tools. I am confident you will find the same success that I have had using TDS. But the goal of this book is not to make your life easier and to help you have more fun so that you're simply less stressed. The goal of this book is to help you have the funds you need to fulfill the mission that you are called to. Chapter 1. Doing It Differently. An Introduction to Taking Donors Seriously. Several years ago, I was intrigued by a party game I saw. 3 people from the party are sent out of the room. Then the first person is brought back into the room and given an assignment. Pretend to be washing an elephant. When the first person is miming an elephant bathe, the second person is brought back in. With no explanation, the second person is assigned to do what they see the first person doing. By the time the third person comes in and is told to do what the second person is doing, everyone in the crowd is dying with laughter. The first person kind of looks like they could be washing an elephant. But the second person who is just mimicking them looks totally ridiculous. But even the second person looks relatively normal compared to the third person who has absolutely no framework for what they're supposed to be doing. Fundraising is a lot like this party game. Many people who work in fundraising and development are simply mimicking what they see other people doing. They don't understand why they are doing what they are doing. They just know it's supposed to work because other people are doing it. Fundraising can be a bewildering process, but it doesn't have to be. Taking Donors Seriously is the framework that explains the how behind fundraising efforts. Once you understand the framework, in the game it was washing an elephant, it becomes doable to raise the money organizations need in order